Hey YouTubers, Grimmy Dragon here, and we're here for another Grim Customs. Been a long time since I've done this, and the last time we were painting this lady here, Minerva. But this time we're going to be painting one of her partners, Goshooter, from, again, Breakaway, or Getaway if you prefer. So yeah, that mold is getting a lot of use out from me, so excuse me. It's a pretty good mold, I guess. As you can see, I got a leg here. I got the parts all separated, so yeah, when I want to paint something, I can easily. You got the little feet, hands, arms, the chest, which, you know, try as I might, couldn't get all the paint off of. But I got enough where I can actually paint over it in blue without a problem. But in any case, we're going to start off with the legs, at least the windshield part. And unfortunately the oven cleaner I used to get the paint off seems to have left some clouding on these windows, so hopefully it won't hurt the final results, but we'll see. Just opened this not too long ago. But I did check my paints, make sure I had enough for this little project. And mostly I'm using Tamiya's, although I do got some testers for some of the blues. And yeah, we're just going to start with the back of the legs, since they're going to be once again painted white. I only took the white off because I had to put the whole thing in the cup with the oven cleaner, and the old white was getting all yucky and just had to go. So we're just going to paint on a new layer of white. And that might require a couple coats, but if that's the case, that's the case. Why don't I just do thin layers? It's at least what people keep saying. Oh boy. Seems mine's cracked too. Ah, great. I did not notice that before. I have to go back and super glue some of this. Yeah. May not be a wise idea to use oven cleaner for parts with clear plastic. So that's a lesson I'm going to be carrying from this. But we'll see what happens as time goes on, so. And I got that idea for using oven cleaner from Toy Polloi. Of course, he was using it to remove paint from vintage toys. This being a little bit more of a modern one, I guess modern plastic weakens under what vintage plastic would be fine with. Which is a shame, but you know, again, it's a learning experience. Sometimes it's better just to make your mistakes and deal with them. I'm not going to be claiming to be the greatest customizer in the world, obviously. Just an amateur at best. Still, it's a fun thing to do. I hope you guys enjoy watching. The real downer is, in retrospect, I probably didn't even need to try to remove paint from these things. If anything, just the red windshields, the red on the windshields. That's about it. Yeah, that is definitely cracked. I'm probably gonna have to go back with that with super glue on that. It's not hard to do, just annoying. But for now, that'll do. We'll try the other side. Doesn't seem to be any cracking on this one, so might not have to worry too much. Another thing to note about using this with using oven cleaner to remove modern paint, you have to leave it set for days before the paint actually weakens enough to come off. And I do mean days. It's not going to come off as easily as some of the vintage paints. At least from my... Well, I never tried it with vintage paint, so I don't know for certain, but... Yeah. Toy Ploy did say overnight. It took me about 3 days before the paint could actually come off. And even then it wasn't as easy as it was made to believe. So, yeah, modern paints might be a little bit more sturdy. Still, when you want a character that the main companies don't want to make, and you have the means to do it yourself, may as well go for it. Okay. I'm going to have to stop and let it dry before I do any more layers, because it's starting to cake, which is not good. And I forgot the paper towel. Be right back. Okay, and we're back. Just needed a paper towel for my brushes. I forgot. My bad. Okay, but we're going to let those set a while. Not going to try to do the other side yet on them. But in the meantime, gonna work right on the chest. Get that out of the way. And that should be pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward. Now there is some parts of the chest that I want to keep white. Mainly we'll just get in this middle piece. I want to stay white, so I'm going to have to carefully go around that as I paint it Sapphire Metal Flake. This is a really nice color. And it does capture Goshooter's look quite well. So this is going to look really nice, hopefully. Just want to go thin as you can, which is not easy in some cases because this is paint that definitely does tend to glob up a bit. But we'll just work with it as we go. It'd help if I keep it in frame, wouldn't it? And that middle piece has got to stay white, so I gotta carefully go around that. Now, getting there. And it is coming along nicely. So it's working out. The fact that the piece is actually white does help bring out the color without as many coats, so I don't have to worry too much about color not working out. And I don't have to worry too much about the color not going through the plastic color. Because the metal flake paints do have a bit of transparency to them. This is coming along nicely. There we go. That looks good. So far so good. It's really coming out. And I like the color that's showing through. Another nice thing about keeping something a plastic color, it gives me something to grip. So I don't have to worry about touching the paint. And that is a pretty good advantage here. And yeah, I think Titans Return was a pretty good line, all in all. I mean, this is what, the third custom I'm doing from this line, which is pretty cool in itself. Because I really didn't customize any of the Combiner Wars figures, didn't really need to. And most I did with that line was actually apply some repro labels on Dead End and Wild Rider, and some standard labels on like the Stunticons and Aerial Bots, which isn't too bad, not a big deal, but yeah. Guess that's something, but this... I like that this one gave me the possibilities to really make something nice myself. It gave me a chance. How well I did is subject to opinion. There we go. We have Goshooter's chest looking really nice. And that's actually done for now. Well, just about. So, yeah. Now, obviously, the waist piece is going to be a bit darker. And that's fine. You know, it uses a much darker blue, but I can live with that. Let me just take a look at my reference here. The whole body was supposed to be blue, so just gonna paint a good bit of this part. Not everything, just enough to convey the look. Because I do want this to be looking like a Goshooter. I might do this again for Siren. You know, because Siren does look different enough from Goshooter that it would justify doing it twice over. You know, for each character, even though I know Siren was supposed to be the US version of Goshooter. Effectively, like Nightbeat was supposed to be the US version of Minerva. And Minerva was different enough to warrant having her own figure, so I think Goshooter and Siren each deserve their own figures. And since Goshooter's actually came with Wheelie in Japan, which is being shipped to me as I'm painting this. Hopefully I'll have it by the end of next week. It's nice that we got a Siren head here, which is called Loudmouth. Even though the joke is that Nightmeat and Loudmouth really should have changed facial expressions. Because, yeah, Loudmouth doesn't look too loud-mouthed, but Nightbeat certainly does. That's an old joke from the very beginning of the Titans Return line. And here we are, close to the end. Almost all the figures have been released. In fact, some places they have all been released. Not here in Florida. I haven't seen Overlord. I haven't seen Wave 5 or Wave 6. And honestly, I'm actually becoming more and more content to just wait for the Japanese versions anyway, because they look so much better. And, you know, Slugslinger and Misfire will actually have their target masters, which is a pretty big deal to me. I want those target masters. And, you know, things are looking pretty good for me getting them. Got Cup on the way. I had to let go of Hot Rod temporarily because of something else that came down the pike this week, or like last week. Just in time to kind of muck that one up. But, you know, it was worth it. It was so worth it. Just thickening this up because it looks like it's uneven here. Trying to thin it out as quickly as I can so it doesn't make it look overdone. And I don't want it to look gloppy either, so yeah. I do want that metal flake to sparkle though, because I love the sparkly effect of a metal flake paint job. Just love it. And I know I didn't go over Minerva with the metal flake, but you know, that was fine. The colors worked perfectly for her as I did it. So, and the ruby metal flake is a bit dark. Although on certain paint jobs, the blue metal flake will be pretty dark too. Or the sapphire metal flake, I'm sorry. I don't want to paint the inside of the seat, so I may have to paint around it just to... Ooh. The blobby came in. Let's just make sure it looks decent. See if we can do this. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Just trying to get in all the little nooks and crannies and make sure this is cohesive without being overdone. It's a difficult balance. I gotta be careful about that, because I do not want paint on that silver, on that gray piece. And there we go. Okay. Sorry, I had to wipe off some paint I got on a place I don't want it to go. Now I'll admit, this is the one part that might be the most difficult for me, because trying to get this on evenly and make it look good is not always easy, because paint doesn't always want to go that even. But it does seem to be turning out pretty nice. So I think that's good. And we'll worry about the rest of it later, because there are other... Oh, hold on. Maybe a little bit more in there I want to get. Okay, there we go. There we go. That takes care of that piece. Now we're going to just do the shoulders real quick. Because these are going to be pretty easy to do. And yeah, just get them in blue. Because yeah, this is Goshooter, his arms and like his shoulders, chest, and pretty much most of his main torso are blue. And that actually did carry over to Siren. So yeah, if I was doing Siren or instead, I'd still be painting these blue like this. Of course, I'd probably be spray painting the thing aluminum or silver first because, you know, he had more of a gray look to him. And I think a silver car would do pretty good. And I don't have to do the inside blue if I don't want to, I just did. Okay, but yeah, there we go, that's one arm. I did get a lot of it more down there than I wanted. Okay. I gotta take a quick break. But you won't notice because I'm just going to be cutting back. So yeah, we're going to take a break right here and then get back on track. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, and let me know what you think. And of course, subscribe to see more videos. And I'll see you next time. So until then, goodbye out there, whatever you are.